What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC 274, Oliveira versus Gaethje. Predictions, breakdown, guys. Not much breakdown. I'm gonna go through this kind of quickly but accurately. Before I get started, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, and also you can support the channel by donating to my PayPal account. Stat card here. It looks like Oliveira missed weight, but not by much here. So I guess he got stripped. So the belt is like for taking, is an open. Not sure how that's gonna work, but we have a stat card here. But we can go through this real quick. Give my predictions here for you guys. First fight here, we got Journey Newson versus Fernie Garcia. Both guys kind of similar here. Garcia can get a little wild at times with his punches, but look for takedowns. So this is a tough one here, guys. A lot of these fights in this card I'm not confident with because it's a tough card, to be honest with you. Journey is kind of hittable, but I feel Journey's stand-up is a little better than Garcia. I feel Garcia is a little bit more on the... He's on the wild side, you know. His technique is not put together properly, in my opinion. He doesn't really have much knockouts as you expect. Maybe one, and then he has more submissions. So he's more of a guy that would try to take it to the ground and look for submission, right? Newson also has a ground game, and I feel Journey Newson is a little more well-rounded here. So I'm gonna go edge a fight here for Journey, but again, I'm not confident in this one. All right, so I'm gonna say Journey by decision. I'm not confident, guys. Next fight here. My internet's kind of slowing down in me here. All right, next fight here we got Blaydes versus Ariane Carnelossi. Lupita has a stronger wrestling base here. She would throw strikes, punches, kicks, but I feel Arena is a heavier striker here. But Arena is kind of hittable at times. Also is Lupita. But Lupita will grind in this fight though and go for takedowns and just ground and pound. Arena will also push forward and pretty strong in the pocket too. It's a tough one to pick here. I mean, this fight will either way in my opinion. But I feel Arena's a more heavier striker. She can defend takedowns. She can get taken down, but she can defend it. Seems pretty strong in the clinch, at least physically, which leads to mental. But I'm going to go with Arena here. I'm going to say Ariane Carnelossi for the win. And I'm going to say Carnelossi by decision. Not confident, guys. Next fighter, we got Kleydson Rodrigues versus CJ Vargar. Rodrigues here is pretty well rounded, man. Came up the Contender Series, unorthodox striking, the spinning back kicks, flying knees. He will look for takedowns and also look for submissions. A pretty well rounded guy here. CJ here, pretty experienced guy too. Came up the Contender Series, lost his last fight against Osborne here. Push forward, heavy striker. Can get kind of slappy at times with the striking, kind of hittable. Press forward, a heavy hitter. I'm gonna go with Rodrigues here. I feel Rodrigues is more experienced here, and he can take this fight anywhere. And back in the days, CJ really used to get taken down a lot and controlling the ground. So I mean, that's probably one of his weaknesses. So I'm gonna go with Rodrigues. I'm gonna say Rodrigues by decision, guys. I'm not confident. Next fighter, we got Tracy Cortez versus Melissa Gatto. It's a tough one here, man. I could see Gatto maybe getting a submission in this fight. It's possible. But I could see Cortez taking her down and controlling on the ground and then win off the fight by just grinding, keeping the fight there. So it's a toss-up, man. Because Melissa has submission under her belt and she didn't look too bad in her last fight. But in her last fight against Sandra Yumbach, she was getting taken down and controlled. So, but Yumbach is a black belt, BJ black belt, and Cortez is more of a wrestler. Just throw some overhands and kicks. I'm gonna go with Cortez though. I'm gonna say Cortez by decision. Not confident either, guys. Next fighter, we got Francisco. We got Francisco Trinaldo versus Danny Hot Chocolate Roberts, man. All right, Trinaldo here, man. This guy, experienced dude, man. Very experienced guy. Heavy hitter. Yeah, he's well-rounded. He can take the fight anywhere he wants to take it. And he still looks good, even at 43. Like I said, guys, age and number, man. Don't let the age fool you. That's why You know, like I said, if you want to say I'm 43 also, guys, I mean, whatever. I mean, how do I feel? I feel better than ever. I feel better than I do now than I was in my 20s. And the reason for that, because in my 20s I did a lot of drinking, a lot of alcohol, a lot of prescription drugs. Did a lot of it for at least 10 years straight. Hardcore. Hardcore. Especially the drinking. So my health was not good. So my health at this moment, I have way more endurance. I feel healthier internally. My energy level is higher, and especially my endurance. I can go longer distance for a long time. This could be running or just whatever I'm doing. I could take it a long distance. In my 20s, because of the drinking, it wears down on my organs. It wears down on my conditioning and my cardio. I wasn't able to even do much. A half an hour or so, or even less, I was getting tired. I was gassing out because of all the alcohol and all the drugs I was doing. So, yeah, so it's not the age, it's how you take care of yourself. That's what they say, your health is your wealth. So don't sleep on Trinaldo. Hot Chocolate Roberts here, pretty well-rounded dude too, man. But the thing about Hot Chocolate that he's hittable. And if Trinaldo land on him, which Trinaldo usually lands, you know, he can get hurt in the fight, man. And Roberts striking, he has a boxing as a combination, but he gets sloppy as the fight goes on. I'm going to go with Trinaldo here, guys. I'm going to say Trinaldo by KO TKO in the 3rd round. And I'm not confident in this one either, guys. Nearly every single fight here I'm not confident because it can go either way. Roberts could come in here and pull off a win. It's possible. And he's in a 2-fight winning streak and he hasn't been looking bad. Next fight here, guys. We got Inovov versus Marcos Lima. Inovov here, heavy striker. Experienced but slower guy here. If you look at Lima been looking good his last fight there. He came out there and he just finished. Ben Rockwell real quick. He shows that the Muay Thai, the speed, he has that. And with Ivanov, he's gonna look in here to come on strike. He can get takedowns and look for submission, but he hasn't been doing that. And all of his UFC fights, he just been going to decision and losing by split decision. So he's not really trying to. He doesn't really show that he can finish a fight. Out of the organization, he showed that. But Lima just packs power. He has the speed, leg kicks. He's gonna be. I believe he's gonna have the height. Could have the reach also. A 2-inch of reach. I'm gonna go with Lima here, guys, and I'm gonna say Lima by, because with Ivanov is a pretty durable, tough dude. He take a lot of hitting and keep coming, man. So, but I'm gonna go with Lima. I'm gonna say Lima by decision, guys. Not confident either. Brandon Royval versus Machinel. This is a close one because I do believe that Machinel possibly could win this fight. It's a possibility because with Royval he can get hurt in the foot, but Machinel can get hurt too. Both of the guys can take the fight to the ground, look for submission. But with Brandon Royval, it's pretty slick, pretty quick dude. I'm going to go with Royval here. I'm going to say Brandon Royval by submission, 2nd round. Not confident, guys, but it's going to be a good fight, though. Macy Chiasson versus Norma Dumont. This fight was kind of back and forward. You know, I thought Norma may have a shot here, which she possibly can, but you watch Norma fight. Striking, she's technical and she technician. So she was staying on the outside, pop the jab, set up, but she's not a fighter that will come into the pocket. And if you want to say throw down in the pocket with combination, right? She don't really have that. She more stay on the outside, which that's how I fight also. I pick my shots and move around. So she's a technician. If you're looking at height and reach, though, I mean, Macy's gonna have 5-inch of reach and 4-inch of height, which is totally massive. And the way how Macy she fight long, you know. She don't really use the jab as much as she should be, but she can fight a jab. She fights long. Against Raquel Pennington, she even came into the pocket with Raquel and throw some uppercuts and kind of, you know, if you want to say throw down, if you want to say brawl a little bit, which, you know, there's technical brawling where you come in and you throw punches in bunches, but it's controlled. Pennington is a different fighter though, because Pennington would close the distance. Pennington is more of a brawler. Norma is not really a brawler like that. She stays on the outside and pick her shots. If you stay on the outside with Macy and do that, it's going to favor Macy for the win. And then also the ground game. So Macy has, in my opinion, has a better ground game, which most likely she can get the fight to the ground. If you look at Norma here, she lost to what's that chick name? She lost to Megan Anderson. Right, the reach and the height. She fights and she don't really come in and work the body techniques like that. She's more on the outside, looking for opening counter. Can't do it against a long range person like that. I'm gonna go with Macy here for the win. I'm gonna say Macy by decision, guys, but not confident. Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams. This is an interesting one here, man. That's why I say watching videos are important. Yeah, if you know the fighter real good, that's different. But you know, Randy Brown has changed over the the moments. He's been changing. You know, if you look at his fight against Gerard Gooden, which Gerard Gooden and Williams are kind of similar as far as power. Even against Alex Oliveira, you can tell that his movement and his striking has gotten better. His footwork, his hand speed, combination technique has been getting better. Head movement, everything. The guy is improved, man. And also in that fight against Gooden, he messed up his toe. I think he dislocated his toe, so he was keep pushing his toe down to keep it from popping off. So he was dealing with injuries, and he put off the fight like that with still movement, and everything like that was going good, even though I hurt his toe. This is a fight where it could go either way, because it depends if Williams can land that shot. On Brown, he could knock him out. But if you look at Williams, even against Miguel Beasley, Beasley's winning the fight. If you look at how Williams fight, it's not really a technical fighter like that. He brawls a lot, but then he pack power and he swings well, and he looked to take your head off. If you brawl with him in the middle, that's different. And Miguel did that. Miguel sat down and did that, and he got caught. Randy Brown, he's not going to do that. He's going to use his reach. He's going to use his range, distance. He's going to use his reach, the timing, and set him up from the outside like he did with Gooden. So I'm liking Brown, man. But again, anything is possible if Brown don't move his feet and sit there and then just plant with Williams and then the counter. Brown probably could knock him out too. But one of those fights where it's a toss-up because then Williams pack power, but he doesn't. He's technique-wise, is not as technical as Brown, man. You got to go with the technique, man. Just a guy swinging well and hope to get a knockout. Yeah, possible. And it is possible, but I got to go with Brown. I'm going to say Brown by decision, guys. I'm not confident, though. André Fialho versus Cameron Van Calf. Van Calf making his debut here. What I see from him, striking-wise, man, I don't like the way he strikes too much. Feel like there's a lot of holes in his game. And against André is pretty sharp, man. And we saw that against Miguel Beasley again. His technique is pretty good, man. And he's durable. But Van Calf can get the fight to the ground, though. He's more for submissions. But I got to go with André, though. I'm going to say André by KO TKO in the first round, guys. Not confident either, man. Because, again, if Van Camp can avoid the punches, he can get the fight to the ground. So, there you go. Daniel Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. Whenever I see these guys fighting, I'm like, man, these guys are still fighting. So, Cerrone is still fighting. Man, it's a tough one to pick here. Joe Lauzon, in my opinion, still maybe slightly fresher here than Daniel Cerrone. I think Daniel Cerrone has been in a lot of wars. But, Lauzon is not that active, but at least he beat Jonathan Pierce, though. Which is, a younger kid trying to come up, more of a, if you want to say, prospect coming up, and he can, and then he beat him. So, that looks good. And that's the only fight he lost. So, against Joe Lauzon. So, but with Daniel Cerrone, Daniel Cerrone is just not looking good, man. He's just taking a lot of damage, even though he fighting tough competition. But this is still not looking good. So, you never know. He may submit Joe Lauzon. It's possible. But Joe Lauzon's a good fighter too, man. Both experienced veteran guys. I'm going to go with Joe Lauzon, though. I'm going to say Joe Lauzon by KO TKO, guys. In the first round, I'm not confident because Cerrone, he guy's a veteran, he's a skilled fighter too, he could win. Alright. OSP versus Marcel Ruo. Part 2, the guys fought before. First fight, OSP obviously beat Ruo in the first round, I believe, but it was a knockout, I think. yeah, man. I mean, like again, I said, you know, these guys still fighting. Rua still in there. I don't like what I see from Rua too much. You know, losing to Paul Craig strikes. I mean, Paul Craig's not really a striker. I mean, I gotta go to OSP. I mean, you know, I mean, the OSP beat him the first time, so I'm gonna say OSP by KOTQ again, guys, in the first round, but I'm not confident. All right. Next fight here, guys. We got 15 fights in this card. A lot of fights, a lot of good fights too. We got Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. It's the next fight here, man. I mean, Michael Chandler is he's a smart guy, you know, here and there. I mean, his IQ is decent, you know. Some fights made kind of bad decisions, but he can get caught and hurt in the foot. You know, I mean, well-rounded guy coming from Bellator. I mean, he's a good fighter, man. His opponent, though, Tony Ferguson, though, I mean, what I see from Tony is it seems like mentally he's just not there no more, man. It doesn't matter, you know, what he does. And not being negative and just going off of what I see from fights and footages, it doesn't look the same, man. Even though he's fighting tough competition. But, man, I feel Michael Chandler is just going to avoid the shots, go for takedowns, just be smart. Michael Chandler wrestles is going to just grind him off for a win. He's doing a 3-round fight. So I'm liking Michael Chandler. I'm going to say Michael Chandler by decision, guys. Not confident because you can't sleep on Tony Ferguson, experienced guy, but Tony Ferguson just has not been looking good, man. I mean, something is not right, you know. So and it doesn't matter if what he does, he's still coming in and does the same thing over and over again. Even though he's fighting tough competition, but Michael Chandler is a tough competition. Co-main event: Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza. Rose pretty technical. Her ground game gotten better. Will over Willie Zhang twice in a row. She proved that she's tough competition. She got the skills. Her striking is pretty good. Head movement, distance in the range, good combination. She's a pretty good fighter. Carla Esparza, striking is not on the level of Rose, but she can wrestle, and that's the thing. She can get takedowns. She can pull off a win. But the striking from Rose should give Carla problems, but be careful with this one because Carla could edge a win here. But I'm going to go with Rose Namajunas. I'm going to say Rose Namajunas by decision, and I'm not confident, guys. Main fight in the card: Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. I believe the belt is basically stripped from Oliveira because he missed weight. I don't think he missed by much either. 155.5. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah. So Charles Oliveira, man, I'm liking Charles Oliveira for this fight, even though you know I mean, not much weight he missed, but I mean that's just part of the game, you know. That's the discipline part of it. You gotta make weight, even if it's just by a little. Yeah, I like Charles Oliveira, man. I feel Charles Oliveira is just, I mean, he's a very experienced guy, and he can take this fight anywhere. His skill, he shows it. He's been in the UFC for a long time, fought nearly everybody. I mean, Justin Gaethje is a pretty skilled fighter too, and you know, Justin Gaethje, if he can land a shot on Oliveira, can hurt him. But I just feel Oliveira is just more well-rounded, man. He's just more well-rounded fighter, man. So I'm gonna go with Charles Oliveira here. I'm going to say Charles Oliveira by submission, guys, in the 3rd round. And that's my predictions breakdown there, guys, real quick. Quick look at the odds there, so we're working with. Let's see here. Garcia, Newson, underdog. Man, hey, I mean, I have him winning. It's a close fight, close to even, so... I mean, Garcia could win, like I said, they're pretty similar, so I don't have nothing to say about that. Lupita and Ariane Carnelossi, I disagree with the odds in Lupita. She's too high, because Ariane Carnelossi is pretty similar to her in fight. You know, the skills are pretty similar. I mean, nah, man, be careful with this one. The Lupita fight should be even. Be careful, guys. CJ and Rodriguez. Man, Rodriguez is freaking high as hell. Man, I have Rodriguez, but nah, man, that's crazy, dude. This is an even fight, guys. I know, seeing this, you know, I would say CJ wouldn't be a bad pick. I mean, I like Rodriguez, but nah, man, why they put him so freaking high? No way, guys. Be careful with this one. Be careful with this fight right here. Melissa Gatto and Cortez. Yeah, I mean, close to even fight. Even fight. I could see Gatto winning though, but I like Cortez, but be careful. Bamanov and Lima. They got Avanov as favorite. I can see why, maybe because experience, but I'm liking Lima though, so be careful. Roberts and Trinaldo, even fight. I don't disagree. Roberts could win, but Trinaldo could win too. I have Trinaldo winning. Andre, 500, 450. I like Andre, man. You know, I feel he could beat that guy. But 4 something, I mean, I could see him winning. I'm not confident in it though, but it's like one of those fights where it may be my only confident, but not really. But still be careful though. But I do see Andre winning though. Royval and Chanel, 216. I think Royval is kind of high because Chanel is an experienced guy, man. This fight should be very, very close to even fight. So be careful. Norman and Macy Chiasson. Norman's too damn high, dude. No way, dude. No. This is off, guys. No. This should be close to even fight too. Close to even fight, man. The odds on Norman is too high. That's ridiculous. Norman fight. Machinal and Royval. Kleydson and CJ. Lupita and Areno. And yeah, those fights are too high, man. OSP and Rua. OSP won the last time. I could see why, you know, he's favorite here, but still, both of these guys are kind of withered, man. You know, you never know. Rua coming here and land overhand. Just never know. So I'll be careful. This fight should be even in my opinion. Even though OSP won the last time, I have OSP winning, but OSP hasn't been looking good either. You know, so I mean, you just never know what you're gonna get here. It's a toss-up. Chandler versus Ferguson. Yeah, Chandler is 300. I could see why. You know, Ferguson just hasn't been looking good. But still, I wouldn't sleep on Ferguson though. I'll bring the fight a little more closer. You know what I mean? Maybe Chandler, maybe. Well, I could see why he's high like this, man. I could see why, man. Just for the same reason I'm saying it. Like, Ferguson mentally look like he's not there. So I can't really blame the odds, man. And Michael Chandler is just, you know, even though he loses fights, but you can tell that he's still mentally there. So you can't really say it's too high, really. You know? But the other fights, though, like the Dormant and the Macy, yeah, Dormant is too high. Chanel and Royval. For Royval be looking, winning little split decisions here and there and getting hurt on the foot. It's just shaky, man. Gotta be careful. You know what I mean? And Lupita and Carnelossi, the same thing, you know. It's just the odds on her are too high. And definitely the Dormant and the Macy Chiasson, the same thing, like what I said. Yeah, be careful with this one though, Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson, but I feel Chandler should win though. Namajunas and Esparzo. Yeah, Namajunas should win the fight, but like I said, with Esparzo, I'd be careful because she will find a way to win by wrestling. If she can keep the wrestling, you know, she can keep that momentum going. So I don't really disagree with the odds, but still be careful though. Alright guys, so that's my breakdown, predictions there guys. One love out to everybody. You guys subscribe to this channel, hit the thumbs up button. If you want, donate to the PayPal, and that's it guys. One love out to everybody. Os.